Hi guys, I'm Becky DeTulio.
I'm Mark Tuffy.
And I'm Emma Caden. Welcome back to Study Break.
You may have noticed that our campus has a plethora of dance clubs, from the Jetés to Flava to the dance team that performs at all the sporting events. But what do you know about the people in them?
Coming up next, we have interviews from your favorite dancers at Fordham.
Stay tuned for more.
Welcome back. So our first guest is Tatiana Debucci from Expressions. Welcome.
Hi.
How are you?
Can you tell us a little bit more about Expressions? What style of dance do you guys do?
Yeah, so Expressions is a student-run dance company. We do all kinds of genres of dance. We do contemporary, jazz, hip-hop, ballet. All of our dances are choreographed by the students and the girls on the team.
So cool.
And we put on 2 performances every year, each semester. So yeah, it's student-run and we do all kinds of dance.
That's cool.
So cool. So if you had to pick one style of dance, what would be your favorite?
It's funny because I grew up classically trained in ballet, but now I'm a hip hop girl, and that's all thanks to Expressions. I only did ballet until I got to Fordham, and then I auditioned for Expressions. And through the company, I got to experience a lot of different genres. So now I'm a hip hop girl.
Oh, that's
Cool.
great.
Yeah.
And how long have you been dancing for?
Since I was 3, so I'm 21, so it's like 18 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what are you most excited for next semester with Expressions?
We have another show coming up in April. It's going to be my last show, so I'm really excited about that. Also, there's talks about us performing at some basketball games, doing some appearances
cool.
and other things. But overall, just our last show.
Cool.
I'm
Sounds
really excited
cool.
about that.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, and good luck with your last show.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
having me.
much.
Thank you.
Our next guest is Dominique Texera from the Fordham dance team.
Hi Dominique.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So can you tell us a little bit about what it's like to be on our school's dance team?
It is really different than being on a competition team or being a part of a company like I grew up doing. I was never really into sports, and that's something that's definitely changed. It's so much fun having the energy from both the players that are participating in whatever sporting event that we're at and the audience or crowd that comes. It's a lot of fun, and we do things also with the cheer team, which is like by our side, which is definitely different and interesting, and they're also really great. But I like that we have so many different opportunities to explore different sports and also different styles of dance that we get to show off and perform.
Cool.
That's great.
So how often do you guys practice a week, and how do you balance that with school?
We have 3-day-week practices from 7 to 9, and we're supposed to do our own cardio days and obviously practice outside of our rehearsals and everything. I enjoy that our practices are so late at night because it gives us all a chance to do and take whatever classes we want and get our work done, and that's really helpful. And 7 to 9 does sound kind of late, but in reality it's really not. It's super manageable, and it's really about keeping to a schedule, and especially with basketball season, which is a lot more busy than football season, you need to make sure that you're on top of things, but it's super fun and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
So nice.
And who choreographs your dances?
We have our 2 amazing captains, Julia and Rachel, who have been choreographing our dances, and it's really awesome how they take feedback and information from both, even like crowd responses, and from the other girls in the dance team, and our pieces have been coming out really nice this year, and they're super fun to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So lastly, we'd just like to know what being on the Fordham dance team means to you.
Being on the Fordham dance team is a really incredible experience that I think anyone who has danced in the past or would like to be a part of a team or get back into dancing should definitely do. I've been dancing since I was 8 in a company, and then I also danced with a company and on a competition team, and a lot of people really need that type of competitive edge to do something, but dance is really about kind of like competing with yourself and like pushing yourself to like your limits and like always trying to get better. But being on a team is just a really unique opportunity to get to be surrounded by other people who love to do the same thing that you're doing, and you're all there for the same reason, and it's really great to have such a close-knit group of girls that you would have never met or known otherwise, and then you're all doing something that you're all really passionate about. It's a really special feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll all be cheering you on next semester.
Yeah.
So,
I hope to see you guys at the
Cool,
game.
yeah.
Thank you.
we're
Yeah, of
happy to be there.
course. Thank you.
Our next guests are Maria Zarconi and Erica Knox from the Jettes. Hey guys. Hello. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
We're happy to be here.
So can you both tell us how you got started with ballet?
You want to go first?
Okay. Mommy put me in ballet when I was like literally 2 years old because I'm a spaz and she wanted me like out of the house.
Yeah.
And it was very successful because I've been doing it pretty much ever since. So.
Yeah, kind of similar story. I was 3 years old. My mom put me in a studio like close to my house, and I stayed there for my entire life, basically.
Yes,
amazing.
Wow, that's so cool. And have either of you ever considered doing ballet as like a long-term career?
Oh boy, here's some
Yes, I
tea for
can.
you. Get ready. Yes, I can. Okay, so I was in the Fordham BFA program my freshman year. It's very, to be honest, it's a psychologically and emotionally abusive program. So I left, and I'm very, very thrilled and happy to be here because this is truly like the kindest, most like supportive and like also very committed community of dancers I've really ever been in. So, you know, all's well ends well. But I really did originally go to school with the intention of becoming a professional dancer. I wanted to do contemporary ballet, but now I'm going to try to be a history teacher. You know, life takes you in different directions. So.
Yeah, for me, it was always just not a career choice. I knew I would always love dance in some way. So, yeah, that was.
Oh, that's so nice.
Would you guys be pursuing ballet like on the side after graduation, or is that kind of like the end of it for you?
I don't know. I mean, I hope it's not. I just don't. I mean, I've been dancing my entire life. So for it to just end after graduation, you know,
Yeah.
I'll probably be somehow always involved in dance, or at least try to be.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I like have this vision of like, you know, like teaching I actually really enjoy choreographing and mentoring, you know, I'd like to do that maybe on the weekends or even just to teach little kids ballet is such a joy to see like, you know, they'll come in their tutus.
That's what I used to want to do.
That's adorable.
Yeah,
That's
like,
so
you know, they
cute.
wave their scarves and like, it gives you life, so, you know, yeah.
Totally. So it seems like ballet has a big role in your lives. What does it mean to you?
Okay, this is my one sentence answer. I told this to a friend of mine who is Catholic, which is many people here. I said, most people go to church, Erica goes to ballet, that's how I tap into my spirituality. And that really is what it means to me. It's really that
cool.
amazing.
Yeah, no, for me, dance in general, but particularly ballet, has always been like kind of a therapy for me at least. Like I always, whether it was my home studio or here, you always leave feeling better than you did coming in. So it's definitely like something to keep you mentally sane and also like physically feeling good. So that's what it means for me.
Awesome. And then what is your favorite dance that you guys have done with the Jettes and why?
Well, I've only been in it for one semester, so I will have to answer. I just got the wonderful opportunity to do the Sugar Plum Fairy for Nutcracker.
So fun.
And it's actually a very intimidating piece because it's very light and delicate, but you have to be strong because it's like 3 minutes by yourself. But I was coached by like our wonderful treasurer, Molly.
She's great.
And everyone was so supportive. And so it was a very joyous experience, and I'm really lucky to have
It's
great.
killed it. It's very good. So yeah, I'm a sophomore now, so I started last year. The first thing that pops into my head was we did a piece to an instrumental version of Despacito.
Oh my God.
for a main stage, like the Family Weekend show last year, and that was actually really fun, like really well done, choreographed. So that I really enjoyed, and also in the past Nutcracker, the Waltz of the Flowers has always been like my favorite, and I was in it this year, so that's nice.
So cool.
That's awesome. Well, thank you both for coming on, and it was great to hear from you both.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
We
you.
love to talk about it. So.
Wish you all the best of
you.
luck.
Thank you.
These dancers really are so impressive. Our last guest today is Jeffrey Pelayo from Flava.
Hi,
Hi, Jeffrey.
welcome, Jeffrey. It's so nice to have you.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Could you tell us a little bit about what made you want to join Flava and what the audition process was like?
Okay, so I wanted to join Flava because I was on a hip hop dance team in my high school, and then I was stalking the Fordham Flava Instagram, and I was in the summer, and I was like, wait, I have to join this. And then so like when I heard auditions were coming up in September, and they had the CAF performance, which they do once a semester, I saw it and I was like, oh my god, I want to be a part of this team. And so auditions started on a Wednesday, 7 p.m., ended around like 11 p.m. And so you like sign up, get like a number, and then so there's like 60 people that audition, and they teach you like a part of a dance they've already like done before. So last year we learned like a song to the showcase that they did the previous year, if that makes sense. And then you like practice it a few times, and then they like call you in groups, and then you like go in. So they're like 50, 10, and 20 come in, and you perform it with like 2 other people, and then the judges, which are like the e-board of Flava, like watch you, and then they're like, okay, we like this. And a lot of the things they look for is like performance and just also choreography. And then after you do that, you have to do like a freestyle section. So like they play like a random song for 45 seconds, and then after that they like decide who they want to make it to the second round, which is also the last round. And then you do the same thing again. You learn choreo, you practice, you perform in groups, and then you freestyle again, and then they call you later that night if you make it. Yeah, it was so stressful, but I'm glad I made it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, are you self-taught or have you taken dance classes before?
I'd say self-taught, but like I said, I was on a high school dance team, so I think that doesn't really count. Yeah, because like it's like a no cut, so like I just joined, and they would just teach me dances, and I've learned a lot from them. But also Dance Central actually was a big part of like my dance career. Like I started like playing that game like in 6th grade, and then I would like play it every night.
Oh my gosh.
So I guess I'd say self-taught.
Okay.
Cool. Well, we've seen some of your performances and they all look really cool. How much practice does it take you before you get a dance down?
Me personally, the earliest I would say like 2 days. So we practice, and then like I don't usually get things right away, so it takes me like a night to like get it, so I have to actually like sleep on it. Like I can't learn anything right away, and then the next day I feel like I get it more, and then so I'd say like 2 days specifically is when I could have it perfected. But thank God Flava is not like you have to get it done in 2 or 3 days. We have like 2 weeks to like get it done. But I know a lot of the other people on the team are like really impressive. They can get it done in 1 night.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then my last question for you is about how dance impacts your life. So what is it about dancing with Flava that makes you love it so much?
Well, dance is everything to me. Dance is my life. So like being on Flava is basically just like a continuous of just like what I've always wanted to do, which is like perform, be around other people, show people who I am. Dance to me has always like made me feel so accepted. It's like helped me like showcase myself, so I feel like when I'm dancing I feel my most authentic self. Yeah.
Nice.
That's really nice.
I remember in 6th grade, like we had a dance social, and like there was like a circle, and then I just like popped in, and everyone was like screaming my name, and I was like, wait, I like this. And then like I remember when I was scared to join my high school dance team, I just did it junior year, and everyone was like, why didn't you join before? So it really just helps me to just like be more confident. It teaches me to put myself out there, to like it also teaches me to like love in a way, because being on Flava at Fordham, everyone's just so accepting, and they're like, oh, you're on Flava, like we love your work. Even like what you were saying earlier, like we were like, oh, we love you, and then I was just like, oh, thank you so much. Like I feel like so accepted, like I said, and it also teaches me to be humble, because like you can't have it all going to your head. Also, like I remember like when I would do my little dance to Ariana's Greedy in high school, everyone like loved it, and I just like felt like, wow, I should like do this more often. And that was when I finally like was able to showcase like my sassier self, and in a way like dance helped me come out. Like
That's so
a lot
nice.
of people, like I didn't really like come out until like later, but like I was able to like show myself, and other people were like able to like love me before we could even like say anything about it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
so
dance is
amazing.
actually everything to me.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming today. It was so great hearing from you and everybody else.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks so
you
much. We love you, Jeffrey.
I love Fordham Study Break.
This is so much fun. Now, unfortunately, this is our last episode of Study Break for the semester.
But you can catch us back here next semester. Until then, make sure you stay tuned on Fordham Student TV on YouTube, where you can watch our previous episodes. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.